So I'm Jennifer Thackham. I originally have a bachelor's degree at Lander University with it's visual arts with an emphasis in graphic design. So I've been doing graphic design for off and on about 8 years. I was the type of person who never wanted to get my master's degree at all. I didn't really see a point in it before. My mentor and design teacher, Jim Slagle at Lander, we kind of just met the right people, and I met Ross and I met Hank as well. And they were super great because they told me a lot about kind of what I can do with design. I had never done things like business classes or philosophy classes with design. As somebody who just really loved design and was just a creative person, I also needed to learn this other stuff. So that was really good for me, especially even with getting my parents on board with it. Being able to be taught by people like Ross and Hank, both of them were fantastic educators and were really helpful with taking design from something that I kind of thought was the kind of pretty picture, fun thing that you can do and turn it more into a conceptual storytelling basis, which now is kind of my whole thing as a designer. I grew as a designer, and I also grew as a logistics strategy person as well. So with the design track specifically, all of the teachers that I've ever had will really push you to get very personal with things and make sure that you're really trying to get to the core of what design problem you're going for and being very vulnerable with it. And I think that's the kind of quality that the design track has, because you're able to really kind of push yourself to not only be coming up with concepts, but also really get into what that core problem is. If anybody's wanting to get into this program, not necessarily knowing if this is something that they should do, if they're kind of on the fence about it, knowing that that's something that I also struggled with. I was the last person in my family who ever people thought that would even go to college. And now I have a master's. I'm living in Atlanta. I've pushed myself a lot further than people ever expected me to. There are so many fantastic designers who start out exactly the same way you do. You've just got to kind of just take a leap of faith and say, you know what, I know that I can do something really great, and I know I can really make a mark on whatever field it is that I want to do. So I'm going to do it, and then just don't look back and do it.